The Clash of Heroes starter set for the SPQR range rocks it in about the £40 range.
Indeed it does, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that comes with everything you need to get started playing SPQR, the historical skirmish game. It contains the Gauls and the Romans.
Yeah, it does indeed, yeah.
So Caesarian Gauls, Caesarian Romans will come in this box. So you
Not Caesarian Gauls. Gallic Celts and Caesarian Romans. But they're an ideal and classic sort of, partnership's the wrong word, but adversaries. And there's enough...
Adversary and partnership are very opposite.
Completely different things. But there's enough there for two people to play two full war bands for SPQR.
And there's a lot in here. Now, you get obviously more Celts than you get Romans because this being a skirmish game, things are rewarded point values. Romans tend to be carrying slightly better armour, they have the shields, they have different, they're more heavily armoured.
They are, yes.
So you tend to
better equipped.
Yes. So you tend to have skirmishes with less Romans than you do Gauls.
Indeed.
Or Celts. So let's have a look, because this is a very densely packed box. Warlord have done a really good job with this. And again, the other thing I'd like to say about the box as well is the artwork on all of the boxes in the SPQR range is really nice.
They are awesome.
And they probably won't mind me saying in the past, sometimes their artwork hasn't been amazing.
Well, no, I think we've got to a point now where we've got such a great bunch of artists, sculptors and painters that every box we produce now is top quality. You know, like I said, the artwork on the front of these is great, but then all the expansion boxes are fully painted miniatures with a backdrop of some artwork, which look really nice, and we'll have a proper look at them in one of the next videos.
So these are beautiful. So I'll pop that across there just out of the way, Charlie. So in the box, you get
196 page full colour rulebook.
So everything, and this again, I want to do a talk on this at another time as well. The Warlord Games rulebooks have always been really good. I love how, if you go to the sections in here on the different, the nationalities, they have lovely little maps of the sort of kingdoms that they obviously reigned in, resided in, a little bit of information about their military history. They really set the scene. Really, really nice. Every box set from Warlord tends to have their little rules reference card.
So that splits. It basically keeps the model safe, keeps the book tidy, and it's an extra bit of cardboard. You might as well use it. It gives you rules reference for all your special weapons, what each of the weapons do, any checks that you've got to make, modifiers, and so on and so forth.
It's a really handy quick reference.
Yes,
and because this this board size 4x4 is more than large enough.
Yes, definitely.
Table size.
In fact, what's worth pointing out is the scenarios, the way the scenarios are written, or certainly the deployment for the scenarios are laid out. Everything tends to be set from the centre of the table. So your measurements in terms of, normally you'd be like, well, you guys start deployed 12 inches from the board edge. It's not like that. With this, we've got, for example, there with your Fall of Heroes, you set up your defender in the centre of the map, which is just there. And then you set your attackers up 12 inches away.
Okay.
So you've got, let's say, you've got the chance to, depending on what size table you're going to play on, you could be playing on a 6x4. The deployment will be the same as it would be on a 4x4 because you're working from the centre of the table out, which is quite nice.
Okay. So that's cool. So basically what I was saying there is you have room on the table to put that quick reference card.
You do, yes.
Because of the size of the game that you play on. So next up in the box, obviously you have enough here to have 2 full starting warbands.
Yes.
And we've done videos previously on making warbands using the models from the core box.
Indeed, yeah.
What we didn't have in our previous model lineup were the
archers. Yes,
so the video we used before, we used just the Celtic warriors and with the spears. We didn't use any archers at all. And they're fantastic ones. I really like them. One piece resin.
Yeah, and this is what I've really got to, I really want to sort of draw some attention to, is the fact that we are using a new material now, which allows us to produce models of awesome detail in an insanely quick time scale. So, and the detail that they hold, the way they hold the detail is just, we're blown away. We love this new stuff. We're calling it Warlord Resin because, why wouldn't you? And I can't say much more than that, so it's it's our secret sauce.
Yeah.
Don't ask the Colonel how he makes his chicken.
What I've noticed with these as well is they're not bendy,
No.
but they're not brittle.
They've got a flex in them. Yeah. So if I grab one of the archers, that's actually...
These boxes of archers, am I right in saying
back.
that they are... You essentially get a random assortment in there. They're not always going to be the same.
No, so there's about... there might even be...
There's a lot of unique
12
models.
poses in here. No, is there? I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe 2 of each, I think, largely.
You've got drawing bow, just released the bow.
Yeah.
You've got crouching with the bow.
Yeah.
I love this dude standing with his arrows.
He's great, yeah.
He's probably my favourite.
And I think there's 6 sculpts in total, but just to kind of point out what Rich was saying about them not being brittle, so that's the flex you've got in the bow there. And it's going to come straight back to where it was originally.
Off now.
And it's just, you'd have to really pull that all the way back.
Who wants to see us test it?
To break them. Same goes the arms. So if you're going to drop these things, you're not worried about any damage to them. They're probably even more durable than like a hard plastic is, which is great.
Well, yeah, that's.
But yeah, whilst you talk
nice.
about it, I'm just going to show the different sculpts that are here. So there's the guy drawing his bow back. There's the chap with the arrow in his bow there. And again, the details held really well on these resins. It, like I say, allows us to go sort of really super fine detail. Guy's planted his arrows in the ground. He's not going anywhere soon. He's set up.
I do like that. There's some lovely poses there.
And then the one that Rich was admiring a moment ago, the archer.
I think you've so these models that I've painted have been really enjoyable to paint.
Yeah.
And the actual sculpts on these guys, I think you've smashed it.
Yeah, they're lovely. They're lovely.
Skipping a bit far ahead of myself, obviously important dice.
Dice, yeah, you can't go wrong with dice. Plenty of dice.
I do like good unit cards. So this has in the box as well the unit cards which will give you the points value.
Yeah.
For your lead. Well, this is both armies, aren't they? So
yes,
I'm guessing it's going to be just legionnaires, tribesmen, warriors, and archers.
And probably a hero.
Yeah.
Yes.
So infantry hero. There you are.
So just to give everybody a little look, so that's your card. So that's showing your Caesarian hero. It's costing you 50 denarii, and then on the reverse, there's all the stats and special rules that come associated to that character. And there's the same in there for each unit that's in the box.
So you've got your Caesarian legionaries.
Yeah, so your legionaries, and then have we got the archers there to show something a little bit
tribesmen,
different.
Which are the slingers, and I believe archers would come under tribesmen anyway.
Yeah, so they can be equipped with bows or slings.
Yeah.
So that's the card there.
And your warriors, which cost slightly more, which would be equipped with either spears or swords for the Gauls, and then the Gaul hero as well, because the stat lines are on the back of all the cards.
Yeah.
But obviously the stat line for the Gaul hero and the Caesarian hero is a little bit different.
It is, yeah. So the points costs are slightly different as well. It's not a huge difference. The Gaul hero is a little bit more agile. Whereas the Caesarian hero comes with a little bit extra special rule and stuff, which is quite nice. So
then who it's packed by?
Yeah, of course. You've got to know that's
You're onto a winner of Morella has
if you're
packed
interested in
yours.
collecting these, collect them by name. Morella Morella rarely gets anything. Never say never, but rarely gets anything wrong.
Then we've got so again the new Warlord Resins.
Yeah.
You've got your heroes, 2 of them again single.
Yeah. So
single sculpt.
Of course, you need a hero to lead your warband. You don't have to. You can have a warband without a hero, but it's not recommended.
Yeah, and you miss out on all of the cool stuff like the talent trees.
And you could have a warband of just heroes if you wanted. I wouldn't recommend that either, though. So that's your Gallic hero there. And yeah, I love him. I think it's a proper sort of go on, let's have it pose, as he's challenging the Caesarian dude to come forward there. And there he is, painted by the handsome chap sat next to me, and it just shows that they take paint really, really well.
Does it? Is that what it shows? He's managed it.
Yeah, if Rich can do it, anyone can.
I haven't put his shield transfer on there.
No, so there's a shield transfer to stick on there. It just looks like a white shield, don't it?
Yeah.
So
Which is another thing. The box comes with shield transfers. For both armies, you have the Roman shield transfers and the Celtic decals or decals.
There should be enough
as well
for everyone in the box. And there's a Caesarian hero, just for those loyal Romans looking to see what their hero looks like. These are brand new sculpts, so brand new for this box. And again, they're in the new Warlord Resin. So yeah, super durable, dead easy to paint. In fact, believe it or not, you can paint these guys without a primer.
And I think I'm going to try that.
Yeah, well, you've got another one to give it a whirl on, so try another hero.
All of these from this box are new resins, including these sprues?
No, so the sprues are existing hard plastics.
These guys look like they're resins.
They're the new resins,
Which they are, because you just showed us how springy they are.
Yes, yeah.
So the decals or decals, I've heard a lot of good stuff about the water slide.
Yes, yeah.
I am going to be roping Charlie into showing me how to use them, because I've never used a transfer
They are
before.
lovely. Now the Caesarian ones are a little bit, straightforward. They're just the little sort of lightning-esque bolts for their shields. But the Celt ones, on the other hand, are super fun, because there's loads of different designs on there for the different style shields. You'll have loads of fun sticking those down to the models, and worth taking the time to do, because they are nice and.
So tune in a future video for a little tutorial on how to do those.
Yeah.
Because I need to learn how, so why not film it?
Before we get into the plastics, I just wanted to show so that we've elected to throw an extra load of shields in here. Again, using heads and shields, because the command sprues for the Celts only come with around, I think it's 5 heads. We've stuck an extra 10 heads in there just so that you've got plenty of options.
More
and stuff.
variety.
Yeah. And then there's another load of shields.
Resin heads as well.
Resin heads, yeah. So super glue to stick them to your hard plastic.
Yeah.
But a load of, there's actually 4 of these shield sprues, just so that you've got plenty of shields to make sure that if you want to equip you guys with shields, they can all have shields.
Well, the interesting thing with those shields as well is a lot of the shields on here have the Celts have the spears through them as well.
Yeah, the javelins through the back.
Yeah, the javelins.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm terrible at getting that right. These they're the plastics. We've seen these used already on the tabletop that we've done previously.
Yeah, and there's just rather than go through the one by one, let's just kind of show there is a ton of plastic sprues here. Yeah. So, in fact, this might be better under this cam.
Yeah.
To show just how much. So this is all the Celtic stuff plus the round bases for everybody. So if I pull the round bases out.
And you might have noticed when we played last time as well, we only used 1 of the horns and 2 of the standard bearers, but you do actually have enough to use 2 horns in these sprues. You get sprues with multiple horn.
Yeah.
So nice and simple.
And then last but not least, the Arian Romans. So less options in terms of posability for the Caesarians, but they're legionaries. They were rank and file. They would be up shields together, forming that shield wall, and that's exactly what you can represent with these Romans. And there's some with there's 2 sprues with sword and sling, and then there's 2 sprues with Pila or Pilum.
So these are Pila or Pilum. They're a pretty nice addition. You have to pay points to give them to your Romans.
You do, yeah.
In fact, that guy's got one behind his shield, so if you were to use that shield, you've got them. You pay points, but they're a very powerful tool in the game for going against certain armies because they reduce charge bonuses.
Yeah, anything coming at you on the charge, those Pila are worth the 3 points to take. Yeah.
And some very cool heads on these sprues as well. So they're a little less varied, but then the Romans were a lot more, regimented.
They were, yes.
Than the crazy, bloodthirsty slathering. Is it you called them last time? Slathering Celts.
Yeah, slathering. Yes. Anyway, and if you're lucky to pick either the Rulebook or the Clash of Heroes starter set on release, you will get the limited edition miniature, which is. I think we're calling it. I think it's Blood Sacrifice written on the front of the blister there.
It's a little dude preparing his dinner.
Yeah, or preparing to sacrifice some blood.
Sacrifice some blood.
Yeah, for the Celtic gods before going into battle. But you could use this guy as a druid. Yeah. Druids have great effect in the game. In fact, so that kind of gives you an extra hero for your Celts.
I would be using him as a Celt druid.
Yeah, definitely.
So there we have everything that you get in the SPQR Clash of Heroes starter box, which is enough to get 2 people playing the game with pretty varied warbands depending on what you want to play with, just pretty much off the bat. It took me to build my army, which is sort of like 30 people in the warband, just 2 weekends worth of chilling out, building and painting. And then we played the following Monday, Tuesday, didn't we? Romans, depending on how much detail and how quick of a painter you are.
Even quicker.
Yeah.
I think I got 14 Romans painted up in the space of 3 or 4 evenings. It's dead easy, fast, easy to get into. If skirmish is your thing, you want to try some historicals out, this is definitely the game for you.
Yeah.
The 2 great factions, which are completely different to each other in the box there, and there's just a ton of miniatures. I think there's got to be 70 odd miniatures in here total. So plenty to have a go at.
Not a huge amount of building outside of these guys either, because a lot of the way that these are going seems to now be the single sculpt.
Yeah.
Having seen some of the other units, which we'll open the boxes of in the next few videos, like the horsemen are literally the horse and then the people on the back of the horse. Very quick to put together. You get your unit cards, dice, heroes for both the Caesarians and the Gauls / Celts. If you get the box set, you get I would be using him as a druid for the Celts because the druid's crazy powerful in the game, or appears to be. Archers, sprues to build your warriors / tribesmen, Caesarian Romans, bases, the box itself, and the amazing rulebook, which I've already gushed over once or twice before, but like the Warlord rulebooks are just brilliant. Full colour, really thick, heavy duty rulebook here. And a very, very simple rule system too.
Yes, yeah. The majority of the rulebook are the nations and the army lists. It's only about the first 30 pages that are actually rules.
Yeah.
It's dead easy to get into. We've had a lot of fun playing it so far. I'm looking forward to growing my Caesarian warband and taking on the mighty Celts of Gaul.
Which, if you've already seen our sort of head-to-head clash that we've done just to introduce the game.
If you haven't, go and have a look at it. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed recording it, so I'm looking forward to the next few games.
It was good fun. But we're going to do some proper campaigns following that up. So that's the starter set. If you're grabbing a copy, let us know. If you have a copy, let us know. Whether you're waiting for Macedonians or Persians. Do you know if we have starter army box sets coming?
I know, so I think everything's going to come out in individual boxes.
Yep.
So allowing people to pick exactly what they want rather than being restrained by a starter army, as it were. So basically, you'll pick up a hero box and a box of infantry, and largely that'll be enough to start a small game.
I mean, with such a easy entry, low cost entry level, the book will be £20, I believe.
Yeah, book's 20.
And then the box, literally a box of the regular units is enough to get going. It might not be a balanced game, but it's enough to get going and learn it.
It is, yeah.
I would say 20 quid a piece with your mate. Get doing some clashes with your heroes. Be grand. Thanks for bringing this in for us to have a sift through. And we will catch you on the next video.
Cheers.